Good Thursday afternoon. This is Billy P coming to you live by way of Italy, the Philippines. Downtown Manila, guys. That's where I am. Day 4 of my quarantine. Thought I'd do this video to kind of give you guys an update as to what's going on with me here in the Philippines, this quarantine thing. Thought maybe I'd share with you guys some of the costs that you're going to incur coming here. And trust me, you know, if you're not financially fit or ready for this, you could end up spending some money. But we're going to talk about that once I get into the video. Again, I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on with me here today, my transition into the Philippines and from the U.S. All the way through. A few hiccups here and there, but not really crazy. But again, downtown Manila, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys, again, some costly things that you may want to think about before you come here. So with that being said, hope you guys will stick around and hit that subscribe and like button, and we'll get this thing rolling. So with that being said, let's get it. Hit it. Boom. Hey, so good afternoon and happy Thursday to you guys. I apologize for the way that I'm having to film this and vlog this to you guys, but you know, based on what it is that I have and where I am, this is the best I can do. So, that being said, welcome to my vlog. This is Billy P coming to you live from the Philippines. Just thought I'd give you guys an update on the cost and what it's going to take for you travelers. You know, if you've never done this before, once you get into the Philippines, you really have to be cautious about what you're doing with your money, because it can be costly. So I just want to warn you guys before you come, just make sure that you're financially fit, financially ready for anything here, because anything is never the same thing at any given time. That's not to knock on the Philippines, that's just the way things are right now. So with that being said, like I said, I'm Billy P. I just got here. This is day 4 for me in my hotel quarantine. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is the cost and what you're going to incur when you get here. And this is very real. If you're coming from America, which is where I'm from the U.S., I can honestly tell you, you know, based on what I've had to deal with over the last 2, almost 3 times that I've done this, you know, in and out. As far as your hotels go, number one, make sure you pick a pretty decent hotel. It doesn't have to be a 4 or 5 star, but just make sure you get a decent hotel, because you're gonna find that some of these hotels don't offer a coffee pot. They don't offer food that you can order from a restaurant here in the hotel. So that means you're gonna have to, you know, get one of their staff members to go out and get it for you. That costs. Every time you do that, you're gonna be tipping somebody. Trust me, I've done it. Along with that, like I said, just make sure that you got a decent hotel that you can actually, you know, count on getting a nice hot shower. You've got a bed, you've got a pretty decent roof over your head. First couple of times I did this, I stayed in a 4 or 5 star hotel. And of course, yes, it had all the bells and whistles. But it was the same thing as if I was staying in a hotel of lesser, because I was still buying food from the restaurant, so I was still paying money to eat there. And it was costly when you're doing that 3 times a day. And when you're a big 225, 230 pound guy like me, you know, you need the calories because you're not getting that workout in like you normally do. So, you know, you stay hungry. So I can honestly tell you that hotels here are running anywhere from 2,100 pesos and up. And if you translate that into American money, that's about $41 to $45 a day for your hotel stay here. So keep that in mind, $41 to $45 per day right now in the hotel that I'm in. I've had them as much as $60, $65 to $70 per day as well. And again, that equates to about 2,100 pesos in Philippine money. With the daily rates being like that, I can also tell you that food on the low side averages anywhere from 11 to 15 US dollars. What is that? I forget what that is, but it's about $11 to $15. That's anywhere from 750 to 1,000 pesos. And again, you have to keep in mind, if it's just you, if it's your family and you guys are in separate rooms, you have to add all of that up. So my stay here is 8 days. So you multiply, these numbers by that, and that kind of gives you an idea. Like I said, $41 per day for the hotel, about 750 to 1,000 pesos per day for my food, and I'm eating 3 times a day. Still not getting all the calories that I need, but that's what I'm doing. And I am in downtown Manila here. I'm on the 9th floor of this hotel. And one of the things that I did notice about this hotel is that they don't have a coffee pot. So I can't drink coffee in the morning. No, I can drink coffee in the morning. I just have to have them bring up hot water. One of the things that I would advise you guys to do is, if you get yourself a good taxi driver, have him stop, because I did this. On the way to your hotel, just have him stop at a 7-Eleven so you can buy your coffee, and that way you can bring your coffee and your coffee cups and any kind of snacks that you think you're going to want. Buy them, bring them, without having to call the front desk to go down and get them for you. Because when you think about that, remember, you're tipping every time these guys do that. And I learned that the hard way the very first couple of times. I was tipping every time I'd order food. Well, this time I came prepared. So I have my coffee already, and I have my coffee cups, and I have any and all the snacks that I need whenever I want to, snack on something. But think about things like batteries for your computer, your laptop, or your camera. Think about things like that you may or may not consider. Toothpaste, make sure you got plenty of that. Water. I bought the case. I got a case of water here that I bought. And I'm about to run out of that, so I'm gonna have to, send for some more of that. But things like that is what you want to think about. So hotel cost anywhere from $41 to $50 per day, U.S. Your food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, anywhere from 750 to 1,000 pesos per day. That equals out to be anywhere from 15 to 20, $22 per day. Okay, so write that down. Keep that in mind. Also, I wanted to say something about the all of the stuff going on with the vaccinations. I said this in my earlier vlog. I didn't know this, but the PT-PCR test, you have to have that no matter what. I watched, coming from the U.S. going to Canada, I watched 3 couples denied boarding because they were all fully vaccinated. But you know what they didn't have? They didn't have that PT-PCR test. So they were not allowed to board the plane to travel to Canada, which kind of blew me away and kind of made me think, well, wow, what's the point in having the jabs or whatever? Now, I'm not vaccinated and probably never will be. I tell you guys that all the time on my vlogs. It's just not for me. I'm a healthy man. I take care of myself, and anywhere from 9 to 12 countries in the last year and a half, I'm doing just fine. So, and keep in mind all of your paperwork, your PT-PCR test, your health pass. If you are coming here on a visa, like a 9A visa, like I did, meaning that I'm married to a Filipino here in the Philippines, I have a spouse here, or if you have a 13A visa, which is the Balik Bayan program. Remember, you want to have everything and anything that's original. Marriage license, your report of marriage, your apostille, anything that you may not think that you will need, but guaranteed, hear it from me, have it with you just in case, because you never know what immigration officer you're going to get, and you never know what they're going to ask you for once you get here to Manila. Now, my trip, I flew from the U.S. through Canada. From Canada, Toronto, Canada, I flew from there into South Korea. From South Korea, I flew into Guam, and then from Guam, I flew into Manila. You may be asking yourself, why such a crazy trip? Well, at the time when I was purchasing my ticket, which I normally do about a month and a half out, tickets were anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 US round trip. Okay? So, I mean, and you know this, it's Christmas time. Airlines are going to gouge, and they're going to gouge you like crazy. I bought a ticket one way. The ticket cost me, all honesty, $1,100 US. And here's what happened with me. I bought the ticket a month and a half out. About half the way into that month, I got an email from Air Canada telling me that Philippine Airlines had canceled my flight. That was the last leg from Hong Kong into the Philippines, and that they were going to move my flight back 3 more days. Couldn't do that because I had already made arrangements with my hotel, my wife, and just everything else that I had made arrangements once I got to Manila. So what I did is I called Air Canada. I got them on the phone, and what they did is they rebooked me another flight and charged me an additional $500. Here's what I did with that, and you guys should write this down and remember. You do this with your bank, and if your bank loves you and they like the fact that you're keeping your money in their bank, they'll do this. Called my bank and I told them I wanted to dispute that $1,100 ticket because they canceled that flight on me. I didn't do that, they did. And this was even with the insurance that I had. They weren't willing to give me my money back, but they were willing to give me a voucher for a year. And I said, no, that's not what I bought. So in essence, they were trying to charge me in upwards of $1,600 to $1,700 for that ticket. Well, my bank did exactly what I asked them to do. I disputed the cost. The bank immediately put that $1,100 back into my bank account. I got to Manila. I traveled on a $500 ticket, all because I took the time, called my bank, and told them what had happened, and they agreed with me. So that's something you guys should think about. When you think about Philippine Airlines, when you think about Air Canada, United, any of these airlines, especially during this time, if they are the ones that tells you that they're canceling your flight and moving you or bumping you or something, dispute the charges. Call your bank. Your bank is always going to side with you until they get to the end of whatever the ordeal is. And it took 3 days for my bank to decipher that, because they saw that the airlines that canceled my flight that I booked a month and a half ago, and Philippine Airlines had pulled out and said we can't fly you until the 9th. And I said, no, that's not going to fly. That's not going to work with me. So keep that in mind. Your banks will help you if you just tell them that you want to dispute that cost, because what they'll do is they'll put that money back into your bank account, and they will dispute that cost with that merchant. And pretty much, like I said, if it happens like it did for me, that money is yours. You'll get your money back, and you'll probably get to fly cheaper. I didn't know that the last 3 years I've been coming here. Didn't know that at all. Also, I wanted to tell you that once you do get here, be respectful, be mindful, understand that you're in a different country. They do things totally different here. My experience this time, and this is my 3rd trip into the Philippines, it was a lot more organized as far as getting off the airplane and having the staff telling me which way and what I needed to do to go. I mean, I breezed right through it. And mind you, like I said, I talked about having all of these documents. They didn't ask me for anything other than what I was supposed to have. But just in case, I had my marriage license, the original. I had my report of marriage, the original. And I had the report of marriage, the original, the one that we filed here in the Philippines with the Philippine Statistical Department as well. I had my passport stamped, whole 9 yards, 6 months out. You know that story. And something else you may want to think about when you're traveling, they ask you on that little document that they give you, they always ask you, are you carrying any more than 50,000 pesos on you? And I spoke about this in my earlier vlog too. It's up to you to either tell them that you are or tell them that you aren't. Here's what can happen with that. If you don't answer that correctly and they decide that they just want to check you, believe you me, they can search you here in the Philippines, and if they find out that you have more than 50,000 pesos or anything worth 50,000 pesos or more on you, and you didn't specify that on that document, they can put you in jail or they can fine you. This is just stuff that I didn't know that I learned over the last couple of times that I've been here. So most of us are coming here with more than 50,000 pesos in our pockets. I know that I travel that way because it's easier to get pesos to my bank before I leave the U.S. than it is to try and go to one of these currency places in the airport. They charge a normal way. So that's something else you may want to keep in mind as well. Again, I can honestly tell you, I heard today, there's a young lady that I follow on YouTube as well. She spoke about the 14-day quarantine. There's a possibility that the Philippines is thinking about going back to that. And tourism is still not allowed here in the Philippines, guys. So I'm sad to say that's just not happening right now. Um, but anyway, I wanted to share that real quick, those quick things with you, just so you keep that in mind. Hotels anywhere from 40 to 45 US dollars per day. Food anywhere from 15 to 20 bucks per day. And anything essential that you think that you may need, pick it up yourself. That way you don't have to pay these guys. Not that I'm cheap, but when you start adding that up every day, you're sending these guys to the 7-Eleven, or you're sending them to get your food. It adds up, okay? But with that being said, again, this is day 4 for me. I'm supposed to do this swab test on Sunday. And after that, I hope to fly out of here on Monday. Um, so with that being said, peace, holla, we love you, and God bless. And you guys trying to get into the Philippines, get married, man. It's the only way you're going to be able to do it right now anyway. Get that 9A visa, get that 13A visa, whatever it is that you have to do, so you can come and see your spouse, okay? Anyway, this is Billy P signing off for you guys. Talk to you guys again soon. And like I said, if you like the information, please like and subscribe, okay? Musician trying to make it. Take care. Peace.